the number one sign that you're close to winning a lottery jackpot win. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Good. So we're going to talk about the number one sign that you're close to winning the jackpot, in the lottery. I'm also going to answer some interesting questions that I've been getting about the lottery related, etc. All right, so here's a sign that you're about to win, or you're close to winning that big thing. It's called the one-off. So if you notice you are getting these tickets and your numbers are always one number off, like, man, my number is one off number. I got 4 of 5. I match 5 of 6, but I just can't seem to get the big one. What's going on here? Is something wrong? No, that's a great sign. And this was brought to my attention to make this video by one of my students. She mentioned, she said, hey, because she's been experiencing these things, and up to me winning, I was also experiencing these things. And then I kind of put them together, and I seen the big picture, and I said, wow, that was one of the major signs that you're winning. So what is it called? So I call it tuning. Remember now, everything in the universe is about a vibration and an adjustment. It's all about the right time, right place. You got to tune, you got to become aligned, you got to get entangled with what you want. So when the lottery, these one-offs are just you tuning. And let me explain to you how it works. First of all, I was the one-off king. I used to get all these numbers. I used to get 4 of 5. A few years back in the lottery, I used to get 5 of 6 numbers. It's like always one number. Yeah, you would win a nice prize. It could sometimes be 5,000 if you get 5 numbers in the lottery. A few years back, 7,000. But you was always one number off from like a $2 million prize. And then, the fantasy 5 is, I remember in 1 week I had 4 of 5 numbers in the same week from winning. And then there was other times, when you buy tickets, on all the lines of your tickets, your whole combination of winning numbers are there. And maybe some of you guys have even experienced where you have the entire winning numbers, but the numbers are 1 digit off. And you say to yourself, man, what's going on? Am I like, is the universe sending me a message and telling me to give up, to stop playing, or what's going on here? No, it actually is not. I remember our friend used to say to me, because I used to get these one-offs so frequently. He says, Mark, I don't know what to tell you if you're blessed or you're cursed, man. I don't know what the universe is doing. It's like you're this close and you're winning, but you're not getting it. What's going on here? So what I found out up to that time, I was fine-tuning. How do I know? Because eventually I end up winning. I win a big jackpot, and then every time I would get up to winning a jackpot or a substantial large amount of money in the lottery, I would always experience these one-off signs. Now the thing about these one-off signs, guys, is, and people gotta understand this, when you're seeing one-off, it doesn't mean you're gonna instantly win the next week. It takes time. You gotta be patient. Sometimes it could be months, sometimes it could be even years. I remember when my first big win, it was up to a year and a half, almost a year and a half. But I was getting these one-offs, and I was getting them very frequently. And at that time, I thought, well, maybe is the universe telling me something, that maybe it's not the time. I didn't give up, but then I started to figure out how things work. If you think about it, right? To become what you want, you have to become a match with it. Just like in anything in life, if you want to become an artist, you have to learn the trade to become an artist. If you want to drive a car, you got to learn to drive a car. You have to become what you want. So that's the learning curve for everything. So it's the same thing with the lottery. If you guys are doing the lottery, it's the fact that you have to become attuned to that. And when you get these one-offs, it's just the universe saying, okay, you're fine-tuning, you're almost there. And that's the biggest sign. So if you are someone that's experiencing these one-off digits, or you're so close, you're getting 4 or 5, you get 5 or 6, you're getting there, but it's just like, it's a great sign. You're tuning your vibration. You're about to get into that atmosphere to win. So don't give up. You got to keep going. And remember, be patient. It's going to take time to do that. All right, so that's the biggest sign that you're close to winning the jackpot. Of course, there's other signs. You get synchronicities, you get the angel numbers, but for me, when I noticed it, it was the one-offs, because that led up and I was close and eventually I won. So if you're experiencing that, that's a great sign for you. You got to keep going. All right, now some lottery questions. I get some interesting questions about the lottery. One of them is the following. And someone asked me and said, "Hey, can people make a living from winning the lottery? You know, of course, the lottery, you can win a huge jackpot, of course, millions of dollars. But what about just smaller prizes? You know, like, can people make a living doing that? Just like with casinos, you know, you got individuals that we call professional gamblers, right? And they can make a living. Yes, but not to the point of the professional gamblers. Okay, there are people out there, yeah, they make a living, and you know, winning casino, but they also invest a lot. They spend maybe a lot of money to win, and that's because they're using the law of averages and odds and probabilities. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about if you can manipulate or just make a living from the lottery without have to invest a lot of money. Just use your consciousness, your powers, your spiritual powers to meditate, to manifest. Yes, you can. I mean, I do it. You know, the thing is, there's individuals that do this too, but a lot of individuals, they may want to keep it a secret. They don't want everybody to know what they're doing, because if I can do it, I'm sure people can do it. So you guys know that what I do is I can collapse these numbers, and anyone can learn to do it. I'll get to that in a minute. But let me talk about for me. So when I collapse these numbers, either a pick 4 or a pick 5 number, and basically I see the number, I create them in, and then I stay on the number, and then, you know, sometimes the number may come out in 6 months. Now this is a patient and disciplined process. It may take 6 months, sometimes it may take a year. There's times that, you know, I call it a fast collapse, is where I can get 2 sets of numbers. I can collapse 2 sets of numbers from the universe, right? And I'll get them in 6-month parts. And you know, in a year, I did maybe 450,000. That's $500,000. And then what I call a slow collapse is where I get a number, but it takes maybe up to a year. And that happened on a previous number that I got. It was, I think, 4474. That took over a year to a part. And then you can get up to, I got up to 230 or somewhere on that line. But yeah, you can. I do it all the time. The key method is you have to know the system. You have to know how it works to manipulate it. And you don't have to invest a lot. You know, it depends. Now with these numbers, you can. Now with me, my range is around 300 to 400,000. I can go up. You know, I can put more in. I can get $1 million, $2 million, because with these numbers, it's up to you. But that's just what I'm comfortable with, and that's what's good for me. But you can do it. And you know, it's fascinating because, you know, if you meet someone and they say, "Hey man, what do you do for a living?" You know, it's not you can't just say, "Hey man, I collapse numbers using quantum physics and applied mathematics of how the universe and numbers vibrate, and I make up to 100,000, between 100 to $1 million, 400, $500,000. So a lot of people aren't tuned to this, but it is out there and people are doing this. And that's a testament to show you the power of the mind and what we are living in. We're living in an illusion. Our reality is all about our perception. Everything is intertangled. So it's fascinating you can do these things, and these are coming out. And you know, anyone can do this. I remember that I had from time to time I do these mastermind courses, and I did one. It was just strictly lottery, from step to step, showing you how to apply this and to manifest it. And it was a 4-week class with the Zoom. So I had one student there, and she's never, you know, did the lottery. She just wanted to do it. And within the first 7 days of it, and she won over $1,000. So anybody can do this. It's just how you have to understand how the nature of reality works and how the universe comes in. And yeah, I think what I'll do is, maybe I get some time, I might package that program, because it ended now, and then I might just package it up and put it out so you guys can, if you're interested, you can take advantage of it and learn to do it as well. But that was a very interesting question, and I'm sure many of you guys probably are doing that right now. Maybe there's some of you watching that do this on a regular. You play numbers and you win you manifest a lot of money. But now you know that you can use your mind, power of your mind, to focus, to meditate on it, to bring it in and bring it. Now it's a patient and it's a disciplined process. Keep in mind, right? It could take me 6 months, it could take me 1 year. So I have to be very disciplined, patient. But of course, the rewards are huge. You can, it's up to you. You can 300,000, 400,000, $1 million, depending on how much I want to put and how much I want to play on that. But once I get these numbers, and the same thing with you, I mean, I've never missed. Well, I did once when I first started, and that was because my ego got in the way, and I was playing, and it was a few months, and then my ego came and said, man, it's not coming out, and I stopped, and then 2 weeks a number came, and I missed a large sum. Ever since then, it's a wrap. I haven't missed any more. So I know how it works, and I have to keep on it. So that was interesting. So that's one of the questions that were asked, and I just wanted to let you guys know. Now I want to go back to the sign, right? So I want to just show you how kind of the bigger picture here of how everything comes together. So we have to remember now, right, that when it comes to the lottery, right, it's all about an energetic vibration. It's all about right place, right time. It's all about what you put out and what you attract and what you get in. So one of the next, I'll give you a tip to work towards that goal for you is when you're getting these one-offs, okay, you have to change your perception to it. You cannot look at it like, man, the universe isn't helping me. I'm just missing. Because now you're going to create resistance. Now you have to look and say, man, I am tuning. Because that's exactly what happened to me. Once I found out, okay, Mark, I am fine-tuning, everything started getting better, and then eventually I end up winning. There it is. You will do the same thing. So the biggest sign that you're definitely close is when you start to experience these one-off numbers. Get them on tickets, wherever. Don't give up. Be disciplined, and you will see a jackpot win very soon. It's not a matter of if, but when you win that big jackpot. All right, guys. Thanks.